little to chase away the chill. Ethan paced the creaking floors, trying to convince himself it was just stress. An overactive imagination fueled by the eerie setting. He needed a distraction. A rattle of a branch in the wind. This was deliberate. A summons. Ethan's body went rigid, ice-cold fear seizing every muscle. His phone, lying on the nightstand, buzzed. The screen lit up the dark room. Impenetrable darkness. Ethan's cottage, which had felt like a refuge, now felt colder, impossibly so. A tiny spark, then a fragile flame flickered to life, pushing back the oppressive darkness just a few feet. But the flame didn't burn steadily. It danced and trembled violently, as if a pair of invisible lungs were breathing on it, inches away. That's when he saw it. The first true horror. The candle cast his shadow on the wall behind him, just as it should. But it wasn't alone. When slowly, hesitantly raised his hand, 3 other shadows on the wall raised theirs in unison. One was short and crooked, its form twisted into an unnatural posture. Another was impossibly long and broken, its limbs bent at angles that defied any human or animal anatomy. And the third was crawling. It was on the floor, a dark stain moving with a sickening slowness, inch by inch, directly toward him. His heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the sudden, roaring silence of his own mind. It was Frosin, mesmerized by the impossible dance of shadows on the wall. Then, a new shadow appeared. It fell directly in front of him, a perfect, man-shaped silhouette on the floorboards. But when he looked up, the space between him and the wall was completely empty. There was nothing there. Terror, pure and primal, finally broke his paralysis. He scrambled for the one thing he could think of, the one tool he'd brought to document his stay. His camera, his fingers, slick with cold sweat, fumbled with the button. He aimed it into the empty space in front of him and pressed the flash. For a split second, an intense, sterile burst of light bleached the room white, freezing everything in a silent tableau. And in that flash, he saw the truth. They weren't shadows. They were creatures, pale, with waxy, almost translucent skin, stretched tight over misshapen bones. They had no eyes, just smooth, sunken hollows where eyes should be. Their bodies were twisted, contorted things, standing inches from his face. Their mouths hung open in silent, unending screams, frozen in that moment of light. The flash faded, and darkness rushed back in, even more absolute than before. His breath hitched in his throat. He hit the flash again. This time, they were closer. One of them, the tall, broken one, had its long, spindly fingers reaching, almost touching his shoulder. Again. The flash revealed the short, crooked one at his side, its head cocked, its lipless mouth wide. Again. The crawling one was now at his feet, its pale limbs wrapped around his ankles. He could feel a pressure, a coldness, but no physical weight. Again. And again. Each burst of light was a snapshot of an impending nightmare, a flipbook of his own demise. They were closer. Closer, until their eyeless faces filled the entire frame, almost touching his lens, their silent screams filling his vision. That was it. He broke. He bolted, shoving past the empty space where he knew they stood, and threw open the cottage door. He plunged out into the roaring storm. The wind and rain hit him like a physical blow. The world was illuminated in a brilliant, shocking flash of white. It was just long enough to see three pale, eyeless creatures, their forms no longer bound by shadow, dragging a screaming Ethan backward. They pulled him off the path, into the gnarled, waiting trees of